All right, I'm going to get you guys up to date on what's going on with Star Trek, which there was some information that came out at New York Comic Con, and it's just much more of the same direction, basically, long story short. And they're not learning anything, but they're continuing forward with what appears to be the exact same game plan that Alex Kurtzman and his cronies want to do. And gosh, I don't know what it's going to take to wake these people up to get things back on track for this franchise. But they need some new writers. Is what it comes down to. And I'm available, guys. If you actually want to real Star Trek and not this sort of Starfleet Academy nonsense, let me know. I'll hold my breath. All right, my name's John Delarose, everybody, the most trusted name in science fiction fandom. Appreciate you guys for being here. Smash that like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk all things science fiction and fantasy. And of course, Star Trek's one of my first loves. I have been inspired by it, and this is my first novel series, which if you like Star Trek, if you like, especially like Deep Space Nine, that era, you're really going to enjoy the Aritian War. And we are writing a new book right now. I say we, I am. And this one is going to be a space exploration series because I want to bring back that adventure feel. Now this it dovetails out of the war here, and so this trilogy sets the stage for what happens coming next. And I hope you'll check it out and get in on my wonderful science fiction trilogy right here. It's in the description below. Grab this. It's on ebook, print, and audio. And thank you so much for being here and so much for supporting real science fiction. So yeah, they're teasing more about Starfleet Academy. Robert Picardo showed up at New York Comic Con to talk about what's going on. And yeah, it's interesting. I've actually talked with him a little bit in recent weeks, and I like the guy. He's an insufferable leftist, but I do like the guy. And I guess that's the difference between us and a lot of people on that side is that that we're not hateful bigots like a lot of the people in Hollywood are. Now, he went and he teased that Starfleet Academy is renewed for season 2, and they came out with this whole campaign on this right here. And a lot of people, I saw on X, even fans of Picardo and the like, were like, did I miss season 1? And the answer is no, you didn't. It's not out yet. But this is, I don't know why they do this. It's like the comic industry does this as well. They do these fake promotional things to make it look like something's popular, and that is like a tactic of media marketing from these giant corporations. They try to. It's all about social proof and making things feel like they're popular. And that's, by the way, why I tell everybody the most important thing you could do if you really want to support what we're doing here is review my books. Now this one's going excellent with 156 ratings. But the more reviews you have, the more it looks like other people have read it. The more people go, oh, it's popular, and then want to read things. It's called social proof as a marketing tactic. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but the way that the media does these things makes things kind of dishonest here. I do only want you to review my books if you've actually read them. I don't want anything dishonest going on. Because we want to be different than the mainstream media here. Now, what they do with this is they renew it for season 2, but here's the deal. Season 1 has not aired. It hasn't even been finished yet. I believe they're still shooting it. It might have wrapped up. I'm not sure. I know Robert Picardo rented a residence in order to be in this show. And it's not done. So there is no season 1, which means that it was greenlit for 2 seasons to begin with, and it's really just 1 season. And this is how the media does things. I always talk about this because the new shows, Doctor Who, whatever, they split the seasons into 2 years now, and then they call them 2 seasons. But they're really 1 season because the amount of episodes that used to be in a Star Trek season was 24, right? 26 sometimes, and now it's 8, 10. So really, they have 1 season that's split into 2. They call it a second season, and that way they do these marketing campaigns like this, where it looks like, hey, there's demand for a season 2. We're bringing it back because you asked for it, and it makes the audience excited. Now, it's kind of weird that they do this before season 1 even comes out in the air because the momentum by the time season 1 even comes out is gone. There's no reason to do this, but it is part of that marketing tactic, that marketing sweep to make audiences feel like they're getting 2 years of this because they're that committed to it, and it makes them feel like, okay, there's a reason to watch this. It's not just going to get canceled, and that's why they do this kind of thing. Now, kind of odd at this point. It's going to continue filming at the end of January 2025. No air date planned yet. Probably won't be until at least 2026. It takes a year to do all the post-production on this stuff. Now, they also announced that that the lady from Orphan Black's going to be a guest star in the show. And she's pretty popular and she's a good actress, so no problem there as that. Now, I wondered when this was announced the first time that Picardo was going to be in it, whether he was going to be reprising his emergency medical holographic program role, and it seems like that was confirmed here. Also, they said that they are going to be bringing back the different features, and there was a quote where he said, "Please state the nature of the sentimental emergency," which means they are bringing him back for nostalgia purposes. And that's kind of what they have to do to get people in on this at this point, is they got to push the nostalgia, because what they've done with Discovery and then bringing things into the 31st century, making Star Trek not even look like anything Star Trek before, making Starfleet not even look like Starfleet. It looks like generic dark action show of sci-fi that you'd see on the Sci-Fi SYFY channel of any type of show. It doesn't feel or look like Star Trek, and that's their attempt to quote modernize things, right? But very weird. But hopefully they do. I gotta hope for the best, that they do bring it back, that they are trying to push the nostalgia, because at least maybe they'll give us a Picard season 3 level of things, because you saw how that went with fans. Like seasons 1 and 2 were just rejected by fans, and then 3, when they did kind of what the fans liked, wasn't perfect. Was not old Star Trek by any stretch of the imagination, but it was at least watchable. and that's what we got here. So he said, "It is now, I think, 600 years ahead of Voyager. I'm now 900 years old, give or take, and that's great. I don't look bad for 900. Picardo's a pretty funny guy, and I enjoy a lot of his humor skits and things like that, too. Definitely a talented guy." So this is going on. They've taken over Discovery's soundstage, and it is dovetailing out of Discovery. They're bringing Tilly into this as one of the professors to tie that in as well, which I'm not the happiest about. It seems like a Discovery continuation, but hopefully they do something different, because they really need to inject some life into this series. And they also started talking about Section 31, and they have a release date of January now, with this weird poster. Again, I posted what they're doing with their look here, and if you look, it spells out section, right? So here's Michelle Yeoh, some black guy, woman looking like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Another minority lady, Vulcanish, mixed race looking dude. There's one white guy. He's going to be a joke, of course. And so, yeah, it looks like Diversity, the show, without any kind of look of Star Trek, because again, this poster doesn't really evoke Star Trek in any kind of way whatsoever. It evokes those modern book covers that people don't like in science fiction, that are meant to appeal to a YA audience or something. And this is what they're trying to do. Obviously, again, they're just reaching out for that coveted modern audience that just never comes in for this stuff, because it just doesn't work. And reprising this character is really a silly thing. I don't think this was a popular thing in Discovery whatsoever. It's now going to be announced for streaming January 24th. Of course, we'll review it here on the channel as we do cover all things Star Trek and science fiction here. I'm not holding out a lot of hope for this, though. Just based on the trailer and what I've seen, it just looks like a complete train wreck. It looks like something that nobody asked for and nobody wanted, and I don't know why this was greenlit, to be honest. It just does not feel like Star Trek, look like Star Trek, and gosh, they just call it Star Trek. And if you see how small they make the name Star Trek, they try to hide it. The modern audiences will just think it's some cool spy thriller in space and check it out. I guess that's what they're going for on this front. Yikes. Oh, well. So this was met with mixed feelings from Star Trek fans. Even the shill media, this is Star Trek Central, right? Agree. It says this. When that's the case, that this is not going to go well, period. They know. They're admitting it. This is like Star Trek Central saying that it's bad, right? Oh, well. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Are you going to be watching Section 31? Are you going to even check out Starfleet Academy? Is Robert Picardo and his reprising the holographic Doctor enough to get you back? I would love to hear from you. Hit that like and subscribe button, my friends. And please check out some great science fiction in The Stars Entwined and its subsequent books. Grab the whole trilogy today. Read this. You'll enjoy it. Thank you guys for being there.